Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. Here's a look at our leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2013. Right now we're in the midst of a late afternoon sell-off. We're starting to get down to the gap a little bit, but right now the scans are fairly well paired off here in the NASDAQ section, at least, between buys and sells. A couple notable things: we've got a volume bump here in Adobe. Amgen's got a VWAP deviation to the downside and also has a downside CPS sell signal, so I'll definitely keep that on the radar for tomorrow. BlackBerry actually has a camouflage buy signal and is well above today's open, a gap down pretty large, following through on last week's weakness with a downgrade this morning from one of the analysts. Netflix today's having a very strong session, about 4.5% above the day's open. Moving on a little further down to list here, taking a look at the financials. Financials paint a different picture than the overall NASDAQ. The financials are mostly riddled here with camouflage sell signals. No buy signals here to offset those, so we're definitely biased to the downside in the very important financial sector for tomorrow. Look at the energy stocks, fairly weak as well. We've got a cluster of downside CPS signals in BP. PBR, which is in conflict, which will resolve before the close, and also Valero has a downside CPS condition. So on balance, the energies are indicated lower for tomorrow. The generals looking more like the broad market names that we looked at already, definitely biased to the downside. Camouflage sell signals in quite a few names here. One buy that's sticking out for now is 3M, which is a camouflage buy signal. Also note the volume bump here in Best Buy, more than 6% above the day's open, so that definitely should have consideration for tomorrow as well. Moving on to the housing names, not too much here. We've got one buy, one sell. NVR showing a bit of a volume bump, but overall the volume's really pretty light in the housing sector. Transportations are the same way, very light volume for the most part. One downside condition in the UNP shares. And then finally, the commodity names are a little bit more benign. A couple of signals here. FCX has a camouflage sell signal, as does Newmont. But we do have a couple of volume bumps. Potash, Mosaic, and ABX all have volume bumps. The ABX is actually very weak today, down 4% below the day's open. So I'd play that either way tomorrow. I keep an eye on that since it's definitely in motion today and on volume. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.